He may be a scam artist, he may be a manipulator, he may be a psychopath, he may be a murderer, who knows. So this is happening everywhere. Just you to know, annually 300,000 people are kidnapped for the sex trafficking in the United States. So it's a big amount of number. If you really think about, as a former secret agent, I strongly recommend to gain as much information. Hello, beautiful ladies. Today we have a very important topic. Actually, one of my students asked me about that. How to date safely using dating websites. I think this is a very important and common thing which we actually all use: dating websites, dating apps. And many of you perhaps have seen the documentary Tinder Swindler. I actually happen to know all these ladies, and I actually spoke with all of them, and I actually took an interview from Cecilia.
It's like £200,000. It's like, it's impossible. High interest that I was trying to, it wasn't that I didn't want to pay, you know, you want to pay your debt down, but it was too much. So I was to two trials, and as a fraud victim, being called a criminal, being called naive, you just want a rich boyfriend, saying that you were cunning when you were taking up the loans, even though you have proof.
So the thing is, you never know what may happen and who is in front of you, who's this guy, right? He may be a scam artist, he may be a manipulator, he may be a psychopath, he may be a murderer, who knows. But what is important to know is red flags and how to prevent this bad behavior towards you, and how to find out who's in front of you. Of course, using spy techniques. So what would spy or what would secret agent do, and how he would spot a lie or any sort of manipulation in front of, you know, this potential partner or like potential boyfriend, right? So let me just go through all these techniques, and let me share with you these important things every woman should know for your own safety, for your own happiness. So when you meet someone online, obviously the first thing, you start a conversation. But it's important from you to start a conversation in a way where you are the listener and he is the one who will share more information. As a former secret agent, I strongly recommend to gain as much information as you can before an actual offline date. So please do ask him or her what kind of childhood did he have, does he have siblings, what's the relationship between parents. As we all know, PTSDs from our childhood can affect very much our adult life. So if he happened to have some sort of like trauma in the past, it probably will affect his adult life. So it's very important to understand what kind of relationship does he have between his family members. And if he would, let's say, say negative things about his parents or siblings, this is already a red flag. Because look guys, our parents cannot be responsible for our behavior in our adult life, right? This is logical. Whatever happened in the past, our parents raised us the way they could do it. So it's our responsibility to behave properly in our normal life. The second important thing to ask about his inner circle, his friends, his company, his job, his colleagues, boss, whatever. What kind of relationship does he have between his, inner circle, between people he communicates every single day? So what's the situation there? How many friends does he have? Where does he work with? How many employees there? How many, colleagues he has? And ask more questions about his work, but in a way like what's the way of communication over there. The third thing you may ask, so what are you doing on the online dating apps? Like, can you why don't you go out and meet someone, right? In a bar, restaurant, or in a public place, gym, store, whatever. Why is he in a dating, like using dating app? So just see the answer. If you would say, well, I'm super busy, I always at work, I don't have time to date and all that, I'm just like in this like website, see the response. If you would just say like, I'm super busy and I cannot like go out all the time, which is quite common and logical, yes, perhaps it's true. But then the next question would be, when was the last serious relationship in your life? Like, when was this exactly and how did it end? It's okay to speak about that, because you can start, for example, also sharing your situation. Let's say, well, I use dating websites because I simply don't have the time to go out, and then I all my friends are using websites, like dating websites, and they met future husbands. So I'm trying, like, why not to try and see, right? And you can share your also story, like, oh, I broke up with my boyfriend, but we're still friends. So it's very important when you meet someone new, not to badmouth about your previous partner. Why? Because people usually judge it like this. If you badmouth about someone else, about your former partner, your parents, your friends, colleagues, or whatever, people usually think like, okay, so everybody in her life, she has bad relationships and it always ended in a bad note. So this is a red flag, correct? Do people want to hang out with this kind of person who always have like negative relationship with everyone? No. So it's better to say we remain friends, but we just, go our different paths, which is quite normal for everybody. This is life. It's absolutely normal. So you can start this conversation saying like, yes, like, happen to be like, they're really good friends, but it just didn't work out. And now I'm looking for someone. And then here is important. What are you looking for? Because it's very important in the beginning, before you getting into even offline dating, to say, what are you expecting from this meeting? Do you want like serious relationships? Do you want to just like have fun and hang out? Or do you want just like one night stand? Please tell him or her in the beginning what are your intentions. Of course, ladies, and sorry men, our gentlemen, that mostly of men are hanging out at dating website just for having an easy, soft meetings with intercourses. We all get that, and women also need that as well. But the thing is, it's very important not to lie to anyone and tell upfront what are you expecting from this relationship. So you're both in the honest side, and you both kind of like exchange your thoughts about your potential partnership. The next step, while you have this conversation and while you're gaining all this information out of this person, it's also important to ask where this person based, like where does he live, like approximately the area. So if even he would have in mind to do something not appropriate towards you, he would think about this twice, because he already shared a lot of information about you, about himself. Also ask, where did he study, what college, what state, and all that. So ask these questions where like it's very relative to his life. As more information you have, as better for you, just to kind of like also protect yourself. Okay, so let's say you had a great conversation online, it's all great. Maybe the next step would be, if you can do it, a FaceTime, a video call. So you know, of course, that so many people in dating websites, they exchange photos, especially even videos with filters, and you actually never know how old is this person, because they all look like, this like blurry faces, and they may say a different age. So in this case, if you do the video call, a Zoom call or something, in this case, you can totally understand who's in front of you. And let's say everything is great, and now you're setting up a first date, right, offline. And here is the most important thing, ladies. Again, that could be a great player, It could be a great manipulator, or it could be a sex trafficking pimp. Who knows? You never know. And he may play all his role perfectly fine before an actual date. So when you're setting up the date, please, the first important thing, do it in a public place. Do not go to his place. Don't allow him to come to your place. Don't go to the hotel rooms, because this is 100% very shady. This is very, very scary, and it's very dangerous. It may end up in a really bad situation. So please don't do it. Okay, the next important thing also, which you have to be aware of, when you go to the bar, restaurant, whatever, never ever leave your glass unattended. If you're going to the restroom or, I don't know, somewhere else to smoke, for example, don't leave your glass at the table. Either drink it and finish it, either just leave it and not touch it again, because you never know what may be in this glass of cocktail or wine when you will come back from the restroom. I would also strongly advise not to drink alcohol, but if you would like to drink alcohol, preferably if you would order wine, Prosecco, champagne, what I mean from the bottle. If you're ordering a cocktail, again, there's so many different ingredients which can be mixed. You would never understand what is in there. And imagine, for example, if it's all set up, and for example, this guy who's just in front of you already asked a bartender to put some sort of drug into your cocktail. So it's very difficult to track. So when the waiter comes to your table and pour the wine from the bottle, obviously nobody can mix anything there. So I strongly advise to drink something from an actual bottle, okay, which actually open in front of you. I have so many stories about, even now, like I've heard the last one from Florida, where girls just went to the bar, just like with girls. And while this girl turned around to speak with someone else, the bar attendant poured something into her glass. And when she drank it, she was completely drugged. So this is happening everywhere. Just you to know, annually 300,000 people are kidnapped for the sex trafficking in the United States. So it's a big amount of number. If you really think about it, it's like a city of like disappearing people. So I strongly advise, be very careful, especially on the first dates. Then the conversation going on, you talk and all that. Again, try to be a good listener, get more information. Also, very important thing I forgot to mention, but this is like number one. When you're getting information about someone before an actual date, please check everything in internet. Use social media, maybe website, working website and all that. It's good for you to know everything about this person before an actual meeting. You can tell so much about this person's character just looking at his field in Instagram. Like me personally, I can open an Instagram and I can tell you who is this person. Like literally, like what's his hobbies, interests, what's his character like, and everything. So everything what you can find in social media, whom does he follow, who are his friends, what are the tags, and where does he hang out and what does he do, is he regular on social media or not. So check all this information, especially this is all accessible in internet. So please try to do it before an actual meeting. So the actual meeting is happening, you have this date, blah, blah, blah. Try not to drink alcohol that much and ask more questions to find out about, him more. Also, the thing is, if you want to kind of like understand him as a personality, ask him questions related to his childhood. For example, what was your dream when you were a little boy? This is number one question, which I actually shared in the podcast To Die For, and that's exactly the question how I used to seduce my targets, which were criminals, especially the leaders of the gangs, doing like sex and drug trafficking. So that simple question is very important, because you need to listen about like what's your target experiencing, what's his emotions, what's his response, what's the body language. So when you ask questions, it's not the question for answering. This is the question to check the reaction. When you ask weird, inappropriate sometimes, or very kind of uncommon questions, you do this not to get an answer, as you get it to see the reaction of the body, because the body doesn't lie. And if you ask direct questions, you can see the body shift, like the body expression, so you understand if the person lying you or not. In another video, I'd like to maybe record for you about techniques how to spot the lie and how to read people. But this is in the next episode, because it will be too much information here. So ask these questions, understand what is he about, and then tell about yourself, of course. Tell about what you really want. Because look, even kissing thousands of frogs, eventually you will meet a prince, only if you know exactly what you want. And when you know what you want, it's very important to tell him what you want and whom do you want in your life. Because, for example, I have a friend of mine from London. She was super busy. She worked in the bank. That time she was 28 years old, single, and was really looking for a potential husband to build family, to have kids and all that, right? So she went to dating websites. And every single time after her job, at about 6-7 p.m., she would have these drinks or dinners with different men. But she knew exactly whom does she want. So she would say, okay, my name is so-and-so, I work here, and I'm looking for a potential husband. So listen to this, the story is great. So she had 360 dates, but eventually she met an amazing guy. I know him, I met him a few times in person, and now they have 2 kids, they're happily married, and everything is great. And it was 8 years ago. All right, so see, this is her prince. She found him. But the thing is, she was very, she precisely knew what she wanted. So she was telling this, I want this partner. I'm not here to waste my time. I'm not here just to hang out. I'm not here for the one-night stand. I'm here to find a future husband, my partner, whom I would love and I would like to share my life with. So I'm not telling that websites are bad, dating websites are bad. No, what I'm telling is, of course, go and date and be online and all this. This is great. But just to have this understanding about red flags during the whole process, so at least you will feel safe. At least you know how to spot these dangerous things or dangerous people. Because again, you never know, this guy from Tinder Swindler, Simon the Wife, eventually robbed women on for $10 million and whatever, some like that. So the thing is, just be careful when you date, especially in internet. And I wish you luck. Let's keep in touch. Please comment if you have any questions, or you may have any examples of your online dating. So let me know. I'm here for you. And stay always safe and healthy. Lots of love, and see you in the next episode.